Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to Flip Flop Gaming. Today we're continuing with our Super Metroid Let's Play with Episode 7. And as always, if you enjoy the show, please like and subscribe. In our last episode, we basically spent the entire time in Meridia because it is such a large area of the planet, almost entirely underwater. So we explored pretty much the entire zone, and we got a couple energy tanks there as well, and we did defeat the boss, Dragon, and after defeating the boss, we got the space jump, which really helps our traversal. So that was where we stopped last time, and let's keep going. So this door is now open. And sometimes it's still effective to just do a wall jump. And now we're in this room, and I don't trust it. I don't want there to be a little sand grabber guy pull us down. Okay, so we are now back in this room, and if you'll see, we do still have a little bit of blue on the map above us, so we're gonna make our way there and see what we can find. And I know I showed how we can get this way earlier, but now that we have the space jump, we don't necessarily need to wall jump, but it is still fun. So I'm gonna do it. Yeah, this door was grayed out before, so we couldn't enter here, but now we can, so we're gonna come in and see what's up with this. And these guys, you might remember from earlier in Meridia that we couldn't really kill, but our last beam enhancement is going to be the plasma beam. So this beam does further damage, so adding all the previous beams we've gotten, this one will add some more. And it also, kind of like the wave beam, this pierces not just walls but enemies. Of course, because we still have the wave beam included, it will pierce walls and enemies. But yeah, very effective. And one thing, just to note, you can't have the spacer and plasma beam on at the same time. So as soon as you turn one on, the other one turns off. So obviously we'll keep plasma because it's the latest upgrade and a lot better than spacer. But yeah, you can't have both. And actually, something further, just because it is kind of cool, you can, and I've mentioned this before, but you can actually turn off other beam enhancements, so now we can see what plasma looks like by itself, which this is basically what the space pirates shoot at you. It looks like that. But of course, there's no reason to turn those off, so we're going to keep them on. And this little pile of enemies, now we can kill very quickly. And with that, that's pretty much everything that we needed to do in Meridia. So we are done here, and we're gonna go to the next area. So we're actually gonna go back down to Brinstar, and And I'm not going to give too much away of where we're headed next, but yeah, we got to go through Britain Star, so we're going to head all the way down from here. And we're going to take the fun little pipe again, so we can see all the areas that we visited. The mock droids. Yep. And now even better, we don't have to worry so much about the sand here and the sand falls, so we can just jump through all of it, theoretically. Still gives you a weird feeling when you go through those waterfalls, but yeah, at least we don't have to keep struggling with the sand. And yeah, these enemies kills a lot faster, so just plasma beam overall is just a huge help. Alright, here we go. And yeah, I think we've gotten everything from all the previous areas, so I don't think there's much of a need to go back anywhere. And yeah, here we are, Norfair, the next area. We've already been here. We only fought a mini-boss here, though. So we do have an official boss, which you can see on the map on the lower right there. That's the little boss icon, so we're actually heading towards that blue there. I'm just planning my route. Okay. I'm gonna go this way. And we'll grab a save. Oh yeah, so what I mentioned before is the gravity suit allows us to go in certain types of lava, so this is that type of lava. Let's see, is this the right way? Yes, I believe it is. Yeah, and we can kill these guys now. Don't need the grapple anymore, so this can go a lot faster. And here we are. So the reason why we didn't go in here before is because this is basically a giant lava room, so this is all just lava. There are ways, there are speedrunners that do what's called a hot run, or hell run, or something like that. Of course. Yeah, getting hit, unfortunately, interrupts your space jump, so you do kind of have to plan accordingly. But yeah, they'll do a hell run, which is basically going into Norfair and completing it before you get the gravity suit. Or even the Various suit, so you're very susceptible to hot rooms, and basically all of Norfair, save for a few rooms, are hot rooms. So that's why it's called a hell run, because they're basically running through hell unprotected. But we're not doing that. We're doing a standard playthrough. And first is going to the left. Admittedly, I did pick up one of my old saves, and I went right first and realized that that was not right. So I'll save you guys the trouble since I've already double-checked that the left path is the correct path to do first. And another Chozo statue, and he basically drops down this lava. So this lava, I think you can argue that it's acid and not lava because this also takes place in other parts of the game, but it looks like lava, functions like lava. It doesn't exactly look like acid, so I'm gonna call it lava. It's a hotter lava. How about? Okay. Almost screwed that up. So we do have some music here, so let's see. Oh. Yeah, last time I did this, I used my charge beam with just my regular beam enhancement, and it took a lot longer. So I'm glad I made a different choice this time. Yeah, sometimes the jumping, she just doesn't like to do it. It's very weird. Seems a little buggy, but obviously a game this old is not going to be patched. So yeah, little mini boss, that golden Chozo, and that leads us to, I think, our final suit enhancement, which is our screw attack. So this is basically a modification to the space jump. It adds basically like it looks like electricity, so it's adding just the ability to damage enemies and certain walls, blocks, things like that. But yeah, so, and we're also invulnerable when we do that. And here's the first chance to use it. So pretty cool. It's very strong. And a lot of enemies without that you can't normally damage, the screw attack actually does a really good job. Okay, so this is where I want to go. I want to go up. If I can jump through the hole. So these guys would ordinarily be pretty tricky to kill, just because you have to use a charged beam shot to do it. But yeah, screw attack makes quick work of them. And this door is grayed out. Yeah, sometimes it really is just easier to do screw attack instead of the beam. And I think this might actually be a dead end. Yeah. Okay, so we would be coming down from somewhere, so at least it was just a short detour that was wrong. So let's keep going. And this room just fills up with a lot of lava. But we don't need to come back this way. In previous playthroughs, and when I was younger, I didn't realize that there was a way around this room, but I would always head back through this room, not knowing that there was an alternate route. So this was always a little tricky to get back through. And we're gonna head to the right first. So there's something helpful down here we'll go grab. Our second to last energy tank, so we're almost done with those. Ooh, I would like some more super missiles. I did use a lot of those on that other boss. Mini boss, rather. And I would like to reset the light in this room. I'll be back, but just gonna reset the light. So I'm just going to show you. This is one of the very few examples where the X-ray does not guide you accordingly. So this wall appears solid, but if you just run through it, it's not. So I'm not going to go that way yet because there's still... oh no, I am going to go that way yet. So yeah, we're going to go in here, and this is going to help us get some more items. So that way is how you bypass that big lava room. And to the right gets us to more items. Just gotta hold jump. When you're in your ball form and you have the spring ball, you can actually just hold jump and he'll just keep going. So yeah, we got the power bombs. Probably not quite our last power bomb that we're gonna get, but we're getting there. And now we're going down. These guys are actually pretty strong. Not that they do a lot of damage, but they take a lot of hits, so to me, I just screw attack them. Oh yeah, if you press no on a save, you do have to re-enter the room. Oh yeah, there's a little elevator there. Didn't even notice. Yeah, even with the plasma and doing a lot of extra damage with that, a lot of these enemies in here are still pretty tough. Oh yeah, see? Not done with the power bombs yet. And I think that's it for this room. Alright, these guys are a little tricky. You have to get them to jump kick you, and they become vulnerable for just a little bit. And it's best to do that with a fully charged plasma beam. Dang it. A little bit of a pain, but you have to kill them. Otherwise the door would stay gray. I'm gonna be spending a little bit of time here just because I do need to get more super missiles, because we've got a boss coming up. Although I think we still have more rooms, so we need to really focus on that. Oh yeah, here. Yeah, this will be a good room. Not the most exhilarating gaming right now, but I think we're almost there. $35, that might be our max. Let's see. If we get more super missiles, we'll know. Oh, yep, okay. So we're up to 40, probably. Doesn't tell us our max, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm gonna guess 40. $40 it is. Alright, ready for another boss fight. Yeah, this guy's a little tricky. And we're done. Yeah, he hits pretty hard, and I used almost all of my super missiles. But no worries, because before we go on to the next thing, we are going to be stopping by our ship. So yeah, we just killed Ridley, his name, and if you remember from the very beginning of the game, he was that first boss that we couldn't kill. And here is the canister that held the first Metroid that we saw, the little baby. So that's pretty much it for Norfair. Now we are done and on the home stretch. If you couldn't tell by our full energy tanks, we are nearing the end of the game. But yeah, like I said, before we get to the end, I am going to go to the ship because we have a lot of super missiles I would like to refill. But I don't want to sit here and watch you, or have you watch me grind out all these. So we're just going to head back. And I can't remember if I need to kill these guys again. I do not. Great. One time is enough. Double kill. Okay, so because we can go that other route, we're gonna go back to the right, because going back to the left is that room that filled up with lava. So rather than running back through all that, I'd rather not. We're going to go back this other route, which I have only until a lot more recently have started using. So yeah, just back this way. I don't know why that did that. It's just the path in the bottom. Okay. And I don't think there's anything else in here. Nope. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah. Nope, I definitely lied. Yeah, that area of the map, I don't remember how to get through there. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure I missed an item. Whatever it is, it's not worth it. I'm not going all the way back there. That'll be quite the detour. I don't want to go through that, and you guys probably also don't need to go through that. So we're just gonna keep going and pretend like we never saw it. And yeah, all this stuff is pretty much done, so we can just straight up leave. faster route back. Yeah, Screw Tack has a pretty cool sound too. So when you're in a jumping sequence and jumping a lot, it keeps charging up. It's pretty cool. Or at least I like it. Alright, now that we've gotten out of Norfair for the last time, this will be a good stopping point for episode 7. Definitely appreciate you for watching, and as usual, please like and subscribe and stay tuned to see how the adventure concludes.